Hello, everyone. We're Matt and Lisa Jacobson.
And this is Faithful Life Podcast, Marriage Weekend Edition, where every Friday we take just a few minutes to talk about one simple way for you to enjoy a better weekend together. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Marriage Weekend Edition. The holidays are here, aren't they?
Woo!
Yeah.
I love the holidays.
Hey, we do. We have a great time and pretty low key. We're not like the big, I don't know.
Yeah, we are pretty low key.
We're pretty low key.
In a happy sort of
way. But we have a good time. But a lot of people have a really stressful time, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the big reasons why that is husband and wife, you're just not on the same page together.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's true.
So thinking about the holiday season, what we thought we would do is just talk about being on the same page. And we're going to talk about several things related to that. It's going to be super helpful.
Actually, I remember one of our first, it was our very first Christmas. And I invited your family over for Christmas Eve. And I told everybody, so I'm a new bride, right? It's all really new to me. And I told everybody I was going to offer light snacks. And because that's what our family had always done, we just kind of have a snacky supper. And then our big meal is always on Christmas Day. So to me, it made perfect sense. And
Well, everybody knows that you're supposed to have a big Christmas Eve meal together, right? That's the right thing to do.
Well, I didn't know any of that. I don't know why we didn't talk more about it because
funny, right?
It was so clear in my mind I was going to make popcorn, have some cheese and crackers. And so your sister and her family showed up and with her teenage kids and a bunch of
I remember them looking around thinking, where's the food? Oh, it's catered.
Right.
It's a catered evening.
I felt this growing sense of, because, everybody's trying to be nice to me because I was the new wife in the family,
That's so funny.
But this growing sense of tension, I'm thinking, what is going on? And finally, your sister Penny came to me and she kind of whispered really graciously to me. She said, so when were we going to eat? I'm thinking, eating. We are eating. Did you see the popcorn I put out there? She was horrified. She said, my kids have not eaten all day. They have been kind of saving up, waiting for this big dinner. And I thought, funny. My goodness. And I went into the bathroom and I cried my eyes out. Did you even know that? I don't even know if you knew. And Penny, bless her heart, she was wonderful. She started just rummaging through our cupboards and on my freezer, just pulling out every little tidbit that I had and kind of put a plate together. And nobody said a thing to me after that. I think she must have said something to the rest of the family.
So number one, folks.
I was horrified, just horrified.
Number one, communicate your expectations, right? It's, we're not mind readers. We don't know what the other person is thinking. Communicate your expectations. Don't just assume that you're both on the same page and you know exactly what each other is doing.
Another one is just to hold your traditions loosely. Sometimes we think, this is the way we've always done it, so that's why we always have to keep doing it.
Okay.
But as a husband and wife, this is a great chance to sit down and go, you know what? I don't think we should do that anymore.
I'm just laughing.
Why?
Well, I'm just remembering, right? And I'm not sure that first one was the first. I don't know. Maybe it was
the first Christmas.
Well, anyway, I had this young man from Ethiopia live with me. It was just before we got married because our church was sponsoring this family coming over, and they came over one at a time.
Oh, that was Thanksgiving. That's why.
Yeah.
Yes.
Robel Tendese. I still remember his name, right? And so I just thought, well, we should just invite them over because by now I think the whole family was there, the mom and the kids, and the dad hadn't quite gotten there yet. So I just said, hey, babe, how about we invite him over? And Lisa's a little nervous. It's the first time she's cooked a whole turkey.
True.
And so
I had to call my mom and ask her how to make mashed potatoes.
Okay.
That's awful, isn't it?
But she was game. And so we thought, okay. And so Lisa went all out. It was this big, beautiful turkey. And by the way, it came out of the oven amazing. It was perfect. All right. And then you had this bean dish.
Green beans with bacon.
This is relevant to the story.
Yeah, green beans with bacon bits.
And then there was a salad with, I can't remember what was in that.
Ham.
Okay. And then some other things. All right. So anyway, the family arrives and they're just so sweet, just a lovely family. And so we sit down and I wasn't really thinking about them being Ethiopian Orthodox. I was just thinking about them being Ethiopian Christians. Well, guess what Ethiopian Orthodox people do? They keep the Old Testament dietary laws. So we're sitting around the table. Lisa brings out this big, beautiful turkey and presents. It was just gorgeous. Sets it in the middle of the table. Everybody's quiet. And I'm thinking, wow, that's kind of funny. They're just kind of staring at the chicken. And
they were the sweetest people. They were so sweet.
And then the mother just quietly said, none of the kids budged. The mother kind of looks at me. She says, tell me this is a chicken. And I said, oh, no, because I'm thinking, well, they don't really understand, right? Because no. Chickens are much smaller. This is a turkey. And she goes, tell me it is a chicken. She wanted me to
Because if you're kosher, you can't eat turkey.
Can't eat turkey.
Yes.
It's off the
And here's
list.
our main dish.
Yeah.
And they couldn't eat the green beans because it had bacon in it. And they couldn't eat,
The salad because you had some.
I think it was some ham
ham.
bits or something. Oh, it was, the only
Okay,
thing they
they
could eat was the
couldn't eat-
mashed potatoes.
They could eat the mashed potatoes.
was
So it's a
it.
good thing you called your mom. But anyway, it was a disaster. It was so funny. But hold it loosely. We had a good laugh about it.
We did.
In fact, Robel said, I don't care. And
Yeah.
he just dove in. He says, I'm going to do it because he was afraid we were offended. Of course we weren't.
No.
But anyway, hold your traditions loosely. Hey, everybody. We're going into the holiday season. And we want to tell you about something that makes an amazing, I'm telling you, it's a fantastic gift. If you've got kids, boys or girls, boys and girls from the ages of about 7, about 12, have you ever heard of the Jonathan Park Audio Adventure Series? It's so good. These are fully produced adventures. They're audio adventures. You listen. It's not screen time. It's just you listening time. Great for road trips and that sort of thing. But they're fully produced, original music, voice actors, sound effects, and they're super exciting. Our kids, when they were young, absolutely love these.
Yeah, our older kids grew up on these, and now even our younger kids, right, are still listening to them right now. And our older kids have said, we so remember listening to those audio adventures with Jonathan Park, and they can still remember the things they learned from them because it's one of those, sneaky learning
Yeah,
opportunities
absolutely.
where they came away with biblical truths, with some apologetics, and as they're in their 20s now, and they still have fond memories. Not only that, but they really felt like it helped equip them for.
And Jonathan Park isn't just something that was produced a long time ago that our kids, when they were young, enjoyed. It's an ongoing series. They have 14 that are produced right now. I think they just released 2 new ones, so they're
Okay.
offering new ones all the time. So this is something, man, when your kids get on this, they are just going to clamor for more. They really will. And another thing about these, a lot of entertainment these days, it's frankly dangerous to your biblical worldview and the perspective of mom and dad. You do not have to worry about any of that with Jonathan Park. They are from a biblical worldview, and they are completely respectful of dad and mom and the family structure and what the Bible teaches. So that's part of the fabric of these stories. And the other thing about them is they are massively educational. Your kids will learn so much while they're having a good time. What did our kids learn about dinosaurs?
Well, they learned more than I did. Like, that's all I say. They came up with facts. I thought, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
It was a little convicting. I thought I
Yeah.
better listen to Jonathan Park so I can figure out how it all came down.
So it's totally filled with scientific facts and other facts about the natural world. And so it's educational, it's supportive and celebrating of the biblical worldview, and it's super entertaining. You got nothing to lose. It's a fantastic gift for your kids this
Okay, but
Christmas.
one more important
Oh.
detail you've left out
Okay.
is that they're on major sale right now.
Oh,
I
that's
love a
right.
good sale.
That's right.
Like, I think it's the lowest price they are all year long right now. So they have a great Good Friday. If you're listening to this on Friday, great sale, I think through the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd grab them
Yeah.
now.
So just go to jonathanpark.com and you can get all the details there.
Let's just keep in mind that God cares more about the love between you and your husband than he does about these long-standing traditions. And when we start making idols out of those traditions that we have, like our growing up traditions, then it's actually just really destructive to your marriage and to this time of year. So enjoy it together and ditch all of that.
Absolutely. And number 3, you got to be thinking and certainly for some families more than others, and thankfully not for ours, praise the Lord, but you've got to be thinking about protecting your marriage, because your extended family, everybody's important, but your relationship with your wife is more important and trumps all of those other relationships. You guys need to be in fellowship with each other. You shouldn't be thinking, oh, I have to please my mother, okay? No, as a husband, you need to please your wife,
No, I
okay?
appreciate hearing that.
And so the way I describe it is you guys are one, everybody else is on the outside looking in, okay? And you have to make sure that you are one. And so protect your marriage by protecting your relationship, making sure your wife, and I'm going to say especially your wife, but you know what, this goes the other way because sometimes, the woman can be, drawn into her family because it's her family, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, you and your husband are a single unit and single entity. So it doesn't matter who is violating this. You have to make sure that you're protecting and guarding the security of your relationship. And extended family does not get to compromise that. Your wife needs to know she's your number one priority when the big party with all the extended family starts, and
Good one.
vice versa.
The next one is just keep it simple. And I get people asking me all the time is why I'm so relaxed over the holidays. And I really am. I don't get all strung out. And if I had a secret, it would be I keep it really simple. Like we keep our traditions pretty basic. We don't try to do everything. We don't try to go to every event. And I am so thankful for it because, what is it you're really after during the holidays? You're looking for a time to rejoice, a time to reflect, a time to come together in peace and just remembering how much you are loved and how much you love each other. Well, all of that can get lost if you're trying to do every little activity, Pinterest, art and craft.
What happens if you try to lick every lollipop?
Yeah.
You don't enjoy any of them.
Right. Yeah.
So
just keep it simple. It'll
keep it
really
simple.
reduce the stress.
All right. And hey, stick to your budget. You guys know what you want to spend and just say no when you get past that. It's easy to do. You'll be so glad that you did.
Yeah. Establishing that budget right from the beginning helps a lot so everybody knows what you're working with and you don't have to have that misunderstanding and hurt feelings, when everybody's stressed about the bills. The next one is just be considerate of one another. Remember that your spouse is his or her own a person, and they have their own tastes and personalities and differences, and you can respect that even during the holidays. Sometimes we kind of take over and think, oh, it has to be this certain way, and not keeping in mind who they are as a person.
Do I have more party than you, or do you have more party than me?
Well, right now I'm not sure, but
Okay.
Matt's always been the extrovert, is what he's saying. He's always like, hey, let's have people over. I am more of an introvert. I like being quiet, reading my book by the fire. And we found that we have to balance some of that out in terms of expectations.
And she said she's not sure right now because I'm kind of in this season of being a bit of a Grinch, I think.
I wasn't going to say that, but
So.
I do feel like I'm more partyish this year than you are.
Solve world hunger, tell no one. It's a little reference to the Grinch. Anyway, all right. Can we keep Christ at the center? All right. The reindeer and Santa and the elves and all that. Look, God says I'm a jealous God. He doesn't share his glory with another. And whatever your Christmas traditions are, we're not here to bash those or to say you've got to stop or start or whatever. But look, this is about the incarnation of God. Great is the mystery of godliness. God was manifest in the flesh, and he walked among us, and he's God's great gift, peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Man, and it was such a party when the angels announced that. It scared the shepherds to death. I love that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about Jesus Christ. We mustn't lose sight of that and lose focus on it.
So as we go into the holiday season, we just want to offer blessings on you and yours, and as we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, the King.
All right. God bless you. Have an awesome, series of marriage weekends together this holiday season.
Yeah, in fact, going into the weekend, this is a great time to have conversations about all these things we just mentioned. Talking about your expectations for the coming weeks and talking about your budget, talking about all these things. You can have a really nice long conversation just preparing your hearts and your relationship for the weeks ahead.
So God bless you. And until next time, just enjoy each other.